My unit. Check 1 2, check 1 2, BC in the gold and diamond channel member crew coming at you. We got to give it a little bit. BC always goes live, and then it takes a moment. We go into some ads. That's always a play. You ever want to chuck BC a coffee without actually jumping into the wallet? Just watch an ad or two. That's all you got to do. Watch a few ads, keep BC amplified. You guys get content, and the wheel goes round and round. Look at that. They're showing ads finally on the channel. They changed their minds. They like doing business with BC. Thank you. That's always a plus. Actually, I got to make sure you guys have good audio. Hold on, guys. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Gold, channel members, diamond, channel members coming at you. Look at those diamonds in the chat. Mr. Big 200, Dante, Jarrett 23. 23 months channel membership, by the way. Dante, Jarrett 23, 23 months with the AMP unit. So that deserves a salute, bro. You're 1 month away from the golden coffee. That card gets you anything in the world. Dante, Jarrett. DC Lanyard with the diamond. Alicia with the diamond. James Shrimp Fajitas. Rockin' with the diamond. Do I have any gold card members up in here? Any year and under? This is on 5 minutes of notice. What am I saying? Most of you guys, as always, will catch this later. And I'm not apologizing, unit that catches this in the replay. Subscribed and notified. You guys know the deal, man. Subscribed is only half of it. That's like playing a really good one half of NFL football and not coming back out for the second half. You're going to lose the game. You got to be notified with the subscription. That's how you know I'm live. Or when I put up any upload. Jack Brewer, 23 months. 23 months channel membership. Hold on. Why do I not sound so... Check. No, that's a little better. If that just got really loud, my bad. It's better for BC, man. Salute. I'm probably losing my hearing. For years and years and years, I've been listening to my headphones above the little orange level, on your phone. It tells you don't go by this level of sound. Don't put your volume past this if you want to keep your hearing. And I was like, fuck off. Get out of here. So for years, I've been jacking it up, and I'm probably like Michael Cole, probably already losing the hearing. Salute, Jack Brewer, man. One of the first, correct? I think Jack Brewer was the first ever channel member. So Jack Brewer, salute. That got an amplified salute, Jack. So what we're going to do, and again, most of you guys will catch us in the replay. I didn't have any time today to do a pre-record upload, so I just said, screw it, we'll go live. 5 minutes of notice. Maybe some of my unit will catch it while we're live. Most will catch it replay, but don't worry. It's not like you had to be here live, replay unit. It's always more fun when we're live, but you're still going to get this uploaded to the channel. And we are going to talk some good discussions just hours before Raw. We're going to talk who attacked Jade Cargill, current tag team champion for WWE's women's division, laid out in the parking lot this Monday on top of a car. And a lot of you guys are saying a name that makes zero sense. Maybe you can fill me in. BC, no, you're not understanding. Maybe I'm not. So I will gladly get educated here because I don't understand why this name is popping up. She was in the match. We'll talk about it. Also, I got to ask, man, I saw the lineup for tonight's Raw. I'll give it to you guys. Tonight's full Raw preview for 11/25/24. It's the go-home show to Survivor Series. They have to produce one of their best Raws of the year. And I can't tell you that this card is doing that on paper. So I'm hoping I'm wrong when they actually execute it. But Braun Breaker, their IC title holder. I'm going to ask the same question I've been asking 12 times already in the past. Are they sabotaging Braun Breaker, their IC champion? Because if you look how they're booking this dude, with or without a title, it makes no damn sense. They're not just screwing and confusing the audience. They're confusing Braun Breaker. The dude's not even going to know what he is. And I tell you guys, man, that title is not going to make the dude or the gal. The dude and the gal is going to make the title more prestigious. Sometimes holding a championship is just weighing you down. It's a detriment. It's not helpful. I got to ask some questions about Braun Breaker when we go over this Raw preview, guys. And another story I got to talk about, Full Gear 2024. Most, not all, but most fans that were able to catch this pay-per-view from All Elite Wrestling saying that was a hard watch. The main event debacle at the very end made no sense. And the biggest headline was a Costco guy, AJ Boom. Unless you guys have a different, I think his name is AJ Boom, the Costco guy, right? That was the biggest headline that BC saw the next day. No joke. That and then Darby Allin crashed Mox's truck, which usually I love stuff like that, but you guys were telling me it makes no sense. There was a bunch of run-ins. Everybody's doing their moves. Christian's out there. Switchblade comes out there. And all of a sudden, Mox is running to the back. Darby comes out of nowhere, hits the car. Guys, I didn't know what the heck I was listening to, but this doesn't sound like the right answers that you would have if your fans are genuinely concerned about the creative process in AEW. Why are you bringing in AJ Boom? Is that even his name, guys? Big Boom AJ. Thank you. And fill me in. This is not a shtick. I'm being 1,000,000,000% sincere with you when I say I don't know a damn thing about this dude. I think him and his son, from what I've gathered over the course of the last 10 hours, is that him and his son review a bunch of Costco items, and they made it big. So I ain't player. You know, on this channel, we don't player hate. Salute. Salute to Big Boom AJ and his kid. What's his kid? RZA? RZA. I always thought that was from the Wu-Tang Clan. RZA. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Oh, the Rizzler, not RZA. Okay. That makes more sense. I knew his son wasn't from Wu-Tang. Rizzler. The Rizzler and the Big Boom AJ. And I'm not kidding you guys. I was not able to catch the Full Gear live. So I had to catch everything that was going on afterwards. And I'm not shitting you. The biggest headline I saw, even more than Darby in his damn grungy pink grandmother's robe smashing into Mox's truck. The biggest headline, guys, was Big Boom AJ from Costco. Believe you me. That was it. Yeah, crazy. From what I know, he used to be he was on the Indies. His last match was like 2005 or something. So he tried to make it. I think he was friends with QT Marshall. Over the last 10 hours, I've been kind of reading excerpts here and there, trying to find out how this dude made it to All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, QT requested it, and Tony Khan. Well, no, Sanjay Dutt was the one that made the call. And this is what boggles my mind. This is embarrassing for All Elite Wrestling, is it not? Because listen to this, guys. This is from AJ Boom from Costco. He wanted to go to WWE. Guys, this is embarrassing. He said WWE is where I wanted to go, but they never called me. So I went to AEW. Listen to this, guys. You ready for this? What's D-Stands? There's some gold card up in there. Eric Leno with the diamond card. Eric Leno, by the way, 23 months of channel membership with the diamond unit. Gold team, go. Salute, Eric Leno. Appreciate it. Eric Leno, the gold card looks good, or the diamond card looks good after your name, but you're 1 month away from DOS booting that card. You'll always have that in the wallet. You'll always have the gold card. You'll always have the diamond, but you're about to get the golden coffee. That card gets you anything in the world, brah. Let me make sure I got all my channel, man. Eric Leno, 23 months. Jack Brewer, 23 months. Dante Jarrett, 23 months. Alicia Vukovic, 23 months. My 23-month club up in here, brah. My diamond unit. Heard what happened at Full Gear. Wasn't that impressed, except Dan Garcia beating Jack Perry, becoming new champ, by the way. Dan Garcia. Now he's already talking about putting templates, like a new custom design to the title. Guys, that's ridiculous. Much love and respect to Dan Garcia. Good for him. This is a dude that at first glance looks 5'7", $150 soaking wet. He's a dude that could easily be working at the local Home Depot and you would never give a second look to. And here he is, a champion in a major company. Good for that dude. But let's not think you're big enough to start changing the templates and changing and making custom design titles. You're not Stephen Austin. You're not Jonathan Cena. You're not Dwayne The Rock Johnston. Stop. Everybody can't just start doing custom designs, guys. Let's cut the bullshit if you don't mind. Smash the up on your way in if you are here live. Again, most of you guys will be part of the replay unit. This is on 5 minutes notice right before Monday Night Raw. Just a couple hours. But I could not do a pre-record, so I just went with an impromptu live stream. So always be notified, not just subscribed. You guys will know when I'm live, and you won't go, BC, man, I didn't know. Well, you should have been notified. Listen to this, guys. This is what Big Boom AJ from Costco, not he doesn't work at Costco. He reviews Costco items with his son, RZA. No, not Wu-Tang. What is it? Rizzler, yes. Okay, so here goes, guys. Ready? Tell me this is not embarrassing for AEW. The guy tells you he wanted to go to WWE. They just never called him. So this is what AJ Boom says, and I quote. This is in an interview. He says, I put it out there that I would love to make a WWE appearance. I let everyone know that. But then I get a call from Sanjay Dutt of AEW. Sanjay says, I know you're waiting for WWE. But all WWE is going to do is bring you to WWE. But AEW will come to you. Let's bring the double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Am I reading that right? I know nothing about this. This is why maybe he eats double chunk. So this is what AJ says in the interview. Sanjay told him, let's bring the double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Let's bring the boom. Fuck it, that's a weird phone call from Sanjay Dutt of AEW. So then AJ goes on to say, and I quote, and I gotta tell you the truth. Before I took that call, I said to myself, you know what? I got so much going on. WWE is really the place I want to be. But you know, if AEW is offering, end quote. Guys, Eric Leno, those BCs looking fresh, bro. I just put them up, a couple days ago. I just put them up. Those BCs are rocking, Eric Leno. I love that. Man, that looks straight fire, literally and figuratively. What about my mic drops? How do they look up there? Do I have to alter the mic drops? Eric Leno, can you get a hold of the mic drops? Let me know. Oh, those look sexy too, bro. Boom! BC dropping it. Love it. All right. Those are looking fresh, bro. Look at all those diamond cards, too. I love it. Go Jackets. What up, Go Jackets? DeMonte, Ty Drew, 23 months, gold team. Go, DeMonte. 1 month from that golden coffee. Look at that fire, Mike. James Shrimp Fajitas. What? BC's mic is on fire. James Shrimp Fajitas. What? That's what I'm talking about. Ash Stegmeister up in here. Red Team Go. I didn't know my Red Team Goes were active yet. I was told I was going to have a 72-hour wait period on the Red Team Goes. Those look sexy, too. Fuck yeah, man. I got to get ready for Survivor Series. I hope to be live Saturday for the Survivor Series, man. I hope to be anyway, guys. So I had to get you guys ready and set because we're going to drop a lot of fire Saturday. But guys, so this is their big thing, right? I know it's a pre-show match. Costco guy, AJ Boom versus QT Marshall. But guys, if you saw, I think it was Collision or maybe it was Rampage, they did like this big weigh-in thing. They took 15 minutes out of their show for this buy-in match to give airtime to AJ Costco Boom and the Rizzler. And then headline-wise, because the show was not over the top good for a lot of fans, so the biggest headline was Costco guy. And here he is telling you, and I quote, when AEW called him, he thought to himself, I have so much going on, and WWE is really the place I want to be. But you know, if AEW is offering, he told you WWE is where he wants to be, not AEW. But if they're offering a ton of money, okay. Sanjay said WWE's going to have you go to them. We're going to come to you. Are you that desperate that you think Costco's going to dig you out of this hole? I don't understand AEW's philosophy. I'm really trying here, guys. I'm trying to help them as much I can with the wisdom that I do have. I've been in that ring. I've taken those bumps. I've broken my bones. I have friends right now traveling the world doing this. And I'm telling you right now, what we talk on this channel, a lot of it is bare minimum basics, guys. It's simplistic, the things that need to be changed. I can only help so much. I really want to start watching AEW every week, but I have to want to do that. I have to have that need, right? Like it's must-see TV. I don't even have that on Monday Night Raw. But I know a lot of you guys depend on those reviews, and my rule is as long as the show is getting 1 million viewers, I'll review it. Well, somehow, Raw is still doing that. But guys, I mean, it's a chore enough to watch Raw. I can't do AEW, but I want to. But they have to meet me halfway. Last Wednesday, I watched live with you guys. Or at least it was a pre-record, but I recorded the whole thing as I watching live. And I did that on purpose, so there was no chat or anything to distract me. I could literally watch all 2 hours and give you my amplified review, my thoughts on Dynamite. And guys, it just wasn't a good show. And there were so many issues that could be fixed. Snap of a finger, wave of a Harry Potter wand. They just don't do it. And bringing Costco guy, you want to say no harm, no foul, BC. No, if they're crushing the game, yes, not Hunter. Literally the game of pro wrestling. If AEW is crushing it right now, yeah, bring in Costco guy. But this is a guy who said, I wanted to be in WWE. I wanted WWE to give me an appearance. That's where I'd rather be. But AEW called, so Is that somebody you want in your company? Because he sells, what do they call it? Double chunk chocolate chip cookies. And Sanjay Dutt on the phone call said, let's bring the double chunk chocolate chip cookies and let's bring the boom to AEW. What a corny call that was. That is corny. What's the chat think? Let me go to the chat on this double chunk cookie AJ Costco boom RZA from Wu-Tang, Rizzler, the son. What are you guys thinking, man? DC Lanyard, let me give you a salute. 19 months in. Red team, go! DC Lanyard. Salute, bro. Go Jackets with a 20-month membership. Costco guy thing was so lame. They even had Big Show back just for that segment. What a waste of time. What did Big Show do? Go Jackets. Salute. 20 months strong. Here's to another 20. What did Big Show do? Are you kidding me? Big Show is cringe enough. Stagmeister, 23 months. 23 months, what? Of amplification, what? 1 more month, what? Then it's 2 years, what? Of the Stegmeister, what? Salute, boss, in the amp unit. I was about to give you another what at the end there, Stegmeister. Thank you, brother. Stegmeister, good to see you up in here. I don't get to do too many lives anymore. It's unfortunate. I just have so much business that the time that I do have now more than ever, my free time is literally getting a pre-record up to you guys. And then I try to, work out the kinks afterwards as we're hitting the road. But, man, so good to do these and see all these names up in this chat, man. My unit, a lot of you guys from day one-ish. Stegmeister, salute. Salute right back to you, brother. 1 more month and you indeed got that golden coffee. I can't wait to see how those look. Scott McMahon, rock out, brother. Good to see you in here, Scott McMahon. D Stands Alone's up in here. Fred Bucks, what up? Tony Partita, Zoom, JJ, Bulldog, Joseph. Hold on, what was my question? Oh yeah, what do you guys think about this double chunk chocolate cringe? Joseph says. The double chip chunk chocolate? What the fuck is he? Is he just known for just eating chocolate chip cookies? Big Slow been canceled. What did he? Oh, he was a guest commentator, says Big Gene 14. Oh, Mr. Big 200. Don't put that in our dome piece. Well, oh, what did they do to the Big Show? Once they named him Big Show, I told everybody, I said, he's done. Yeah, I hope you guys know that. He's done. Name is everything, man. You call him the Big Show, you're done. There's no getting up from that, bro. You're not going to get up from being the Big Show. As good as Luchasaurus is, and I think he is damn good, and I think his booking should have been better in about 18 different scenarios, the Luchasaurus is never going to captivate the wrestling world. It's not going to happen. You're not going to pull in a casual family, and they're going to go, Ma, Dad, come in. It's the Luchasaurus. It's not going to happen, guys. What's the Big Show? Salute, JJ. Yeah, I can't believe that was when I was doing research on Full Gear and seeing what I have to catch first and all that good stuff that I have to do the next day when I miss a pay-per-view, unfortunately. I couldn't believe how many headlines was about the Costco guy. And I'm thinking, wait, I may not know much about this dude, but isn't he the one who literally said, I'd rather be with WWE, but since AEW called, I'll take their money. And that's your answer when your own fans are like, dude, this is the lowest this company has been. This is not good. I don't understand. Let's bring out the Big Show and make it even more fun, said nobody ever. I mean, like, is anybody have the pulse on the fan base? We used to say that about Kennedy McMahon, remember? You can't possibly tell me that they thought Costco Big Boom was the best case scenario here for the pre-show to get everybody pumped up to get the actual pay-per-view, right? The big selling point is going to be the Costco reviewer guy and his son. And to make it more special, to get more people to buy the pay-per-view, let's bring out Big Show. I mean, what other dry personality can you bring out there? Are you going to bring in Mark Henry? Actually, a fan of Mark Henry. You guys know that. I support merch. I got the Mark Henry Bent on Destruction merch. But, I mean, he's a dry dude on this stick. It was a lot of rough promos. He started getting a little better toward the end of his WWE run. By then, it was too late. The writing was on the wall. He was about to head out. But who are you going to put on the microphone, man? On commentary, you're putting Big Show. Put Shaquille O'Neal up there. That'll put everybody to sleep. Bring him in, right? Didn't AEW already do business with Shaquille? Try to put on Adnan Virk. Put in Jimmy Smith. Put in Kevin Patrick. A guest commentator with about as much charisma as a coat of paint is not going to help Costco Boom versus QT Marshall. But somehow it becomes the biggest headline in the entire event. So I don't know. Maybe Tony Khan knew what he was doing. Maybe he's like, that's it. He's going to bring in the buzz. He's going to be all the headlines. But I can't tell you that any of the articles were good or shining light on AEW. But I just don't understand how a guy who told you in an interview he'd rather be with WWE, why are you bringing him in to have a match with your AEW guy? And QT Marshall, by the way, this dude talked to WWE and he says he didn't like the way that he was like, he didn't like how some of the things were and how he was talked to by some of the people. What are you doing going over there? You purposely separated from AEW, went to talk to them because your buddy Cody is over there. You found out they were looking at you like just QT Marshall, nothing special. You're just QT Marshall. So they're like, we'll give you a little bit of money and we'll send you to NXT if you want, but I don't know what that's what we're going to offer you. QT's like, let me think about it. And then he went to AEW and he's like, dude, I told WWE, no, this is where I belong. Like, I would love to know how QT's even getting airtime. I'd love to know how Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin and anybody else who's 5'7" and $160 is getting main event status. How Costco is getting the biggest headlines on an AEW pay-per-view. And Tony Khan is honestly wondering while ratings are in the shitter and nobody wants to buy his fucking pay-per-view. Come on, man. I want to be able to watch AEW. Give me reasons to do such. Much love over to the dude that made something out of himself from reviewing double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Can you say that 5 times? Is that one of those things that you can't say 5 times fast, by the way? What is it? Double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Oh, you can't do it. It turns out chump. Double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Double chunk chocolate chip cookies. You can't do it. You can't. Double chunk chip chocolate cookie. Double chunk chocolate chip cookies. Double chunk chip. Fucking. That's one of those things I'd be slamming my fist through walls, bro. I can't even do it 3 times. That's what she said. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I don't understand how that's the biggest thing from your pay-per-view. The Costco boom guy. When he told you he wants to go to WWE. I feel like I'm just repeating myself, but forgive me not. I'm absolutely lost that was a thing. I can't believe it. But that's what Tony Khan's answer is, man. That's what's supposed to... Zoom Station, that's who I thought of, man. And it's not that he looks like AJ Boom, but I thought the gobbledygooker, right? I thought the gobbledygooker from the 89 or 90 Survivor Series. If you don't know, I'm going to spare you, and I'm not going to tell you who that is or what that was. Promise you that. Did I get Go Jackets? The Costco guy thing was so lame they even had Big Show back. Yes, Go Jackets. I did not know about the Big Show thing, man. Rizzler was the timekeeper, his son. Good for him, I guess, man. Imagine being that kid. That kid, he's famous for eating double chunk chocolate chip cookies from Costco, and he's standing in an AEW ring. Good for him. I don't even play or hate on this channel, bro. Pile driver, BC. Unfortunately, he brought the amplification. I bet you he seems like one of those pumped up, amplified Italians. I didn't even look at my own thumbnail. He is Italian, right? Where's my thumbnail at? Yeah, he looks Italian, and we're all pretty much pumped up. We're all wacky, right? We're all just balls to the wall. It's how we grew up in our households. A normal conversation for us Italians, you would think we're yelling and arguing and fighting, right? People would be calling the police on us. We're just having Thanksgiving Day dinner. Actually, we're just having Tuesday night dinner. But that's just what we do. We yell, and yelling is our talking. It's just the way that it is with Italians. So we're usually really amplified. That's what I mean when I say much love to the Costco guy. But when he tells you he'd rather be in WWE, that article came out 2 months ago, and Tony Khan's still like, hey, can you come in and sell Full Gear, man? We're going to give you even more money. Sanjay Dutt tells him AEW is going to come to you. You don't have to go to WWE. That makes you look so Bush League. Stegmeister, by the way, on that 10-spot super chat. Yeah, Stegmeister, the double chunk chocolate chip or the triple layer mousse cake. Tough decision. I will say this ending to SmackDown last week was so good. I've watched it one too many times. It was so well done. I'm hoping you saw my SmackDown review, Stegmeister. It was a travel day, but I was pumped up. I was amped up for that, dude. I thought it was a good show from top to bottom. A few things, obviously, I would X out. That women's tag match, I don't know what that was about. But Chelsea, Green, and Montez with huge moments. The big CM Punk and Paul Heyman return. The little story they had of Roman actually surrendering before war. What a concept. So there was a lot of things. But yeah, Stegmeister, from what I'm hearing in the back for tonight's Raw, catering is still serving the triple layered mousse cake. Now, AEW this Wednesday might start serving the double chunk chocolate chip cookies. But Raw is sticking triple layered moose. Moose. Stegmeister, salute, brother. Let me give you another one, man. Salute, Stegmeister. Hopefully you're going to be able to rock with us this Saturday if I'm able to go live for Survivor Series, man. Anthony Boley, 23 months of channel membership. Much love and respect, BC. Wrestling nowadays is nothing but bullshit. Much rather watch BC. More entertaining. Red and gold team. Go! I appreciate those words, Anthony Boley. I try to entertain you guys. More than anything, I really try to drop more knowledge than anything these days. It even supersedes being entertaining. Being entertaining works for so long, but we have to help these companies, man. They really need our feedback. They need our help. They have to get better. They have to be great again. When AEW first started, I was watching, man. I was reviewing them. Remember, they didn't like it because I do fair reviews on this channel, and they didn't like anything that was bad about them. But it wasn't hating on them. I was literally going, hey, fix this, take this out, put this in. Everything I said was to make it better, right? Call them out on the shit that really sucked. You can get better, which in turn makes a better product. You get bigger ratings, and you actually compete with WWE. Instead, they just wanted to brush it aside, man, set up copyrights and this and that, and they got angry, and they're like, basically, because I got people, I told you guys, to this day, I have a lot of people in the AEW locker room. They do watch this channel, and I'm so grateful for that. And I absolutely love these people. They're the greatest. Several of them, I've had the chance several times to literally break bread with them. And they're some of the greatest humans ever. And so, yeah, I was told they don't like, they didn't like how I was presenting the reviews. Well, of course, I'm going to be entertaining too, man. I got a channel too here. But if you listen to my words, I'm trying to help you out. So, my people in AEW, they gave me constructive criticism too on maybe, not piss off Aubrey Edwards, who for some reason was one of the ones that was pissed off. And so I'm like, okay, well, how about I just don't review it then? How about that? I don't need to. Kick rocks, Das Boot. My rule is 1 million viewers anyway. You ain't even close to that. Then they actually were. Their average was 950. Then they just tanked. But anyway, Stegmeister, much love and respect, brother, and Anthony Boley, man. I appreciate that. Wrestling, it needs a lot of help creatively, and that's where hopefully we can help. But until then, I'm glad you got BC to tune into and be entertained. Anthony with that diamond card. Love it. All right, I'm going to move on with our next topic. That's all I have to say about Costco guy, unless you guys got anything else. Go Jackets. Let's see if Go Jackets has... Go Jackets with a $5 super chat, first of all. So let me give a thank you to that. Appreciate the coffee, Go Jackets. And by the way, Go Jackets has that diamond card. I think Go Jackets is 20 months. Yes. 20-month membership. 20 months, Go Jackets, man. Love it. I'm trying to find your super chat. Hold on. There it is. Go Jackets says, finished Full Gear last night. Took me 2 nights to watch it all since I literally fell asleep watching it Saturday. So, Go Jackets, you're telling me it was that exciting? It was that exhilarating, Full Gear? What was anybody watch it? What was the batch of the night? I'm guessing it was Osprey Fletcher, right? I heard Mercedes and Statlander went 19 and a half minutes. I think that's the longest AEW women's match in the company's short inception. Mercedes kept her titles. Go Jackets. Appreciate you, dude. Monet versus Statlander. Okay, so that was a good one. Gruss 512 proves the whole point of the first half an hour of this upload. Stuffed on the pre-show. Stuffed like a double chunk chocolate chip cookie. I don't know what that says that the Costco guy is raising that many headlines. Clint Hardy, this was a success story to create buzz among the casual audience. That's a wild type of buzz, man. I don't know too many Costco review watchers that are going, I gotta watch AEW now, dude. Did you see AJ Buzz? All the little old ladies that watch the reviews from Costco. Stella, get over here. What is it, Estelle? It's AJ the Boom Master. He's kicking some AEW ass. You gotta be kidding me, Estelle. Let me see. Oh my goodness, this is epic. I'm gonna start following AEW. I don't know. Costco's, again, much like the Costco guy, man. I love the personality. I love the fact that he got over by doing reviews from Costco. I love that. I just don't understand. He even admitted he wants to be in WWE. It's a payday, right? He admitted that. He said, I'd rather be in WWE, but if AEW is going to make the phone call, that's literally what he said. So it's a payday. I understand. I just don't understand why Tony Khan would want it. Did they really, though? The Costco guys got the biggest pop of the night. Is that true? Cross 512. Are you telling me that is true? Again, good for them if that is. It is 100% true. Wow. Bigger than everybody they had on the main card? Wow, man, I didn't know that, guys. This just got serious real quick. This went from having fun with the Costco guy. This got, man. Yeah, you know what's funny or not funny? I don't know, depending on which side of the fence you're looking at it at. The Costco guy, AJ Boom, has the personality, right? That's what's going to generate people to actually put down the remote or take notice. Personality, charisma, the gift to gab, to be entertaining. And don't do it in a creepy way and don't be weird, right? People, that's going to turn people off. When you're creepy and weird, people are hitting the bricks, bro. What a weird motherfucker. No, AJ Boom brings a fun, amplified tone to him. I can totally see why people would gravitate to that. What's sad is that if Tony wanted to offer this dude a long-term deal, he could probably he could honestly, guys, probably replace somebody on his roster and it would get a better reaction and generate more of a buzz. Like, who was it? Clint Hardy just said. So maybe that would create more of a buzz. Maybe cut out somebody who's getting your TV time and sinking the ratings to 600K. And maybe AJ Boommaster will get 700,000. I agree, Clint Hardy. I agree. Mox just has to go all out. If you're going to say you're going to take the fuck over, man. You don't have to copy NWO, be the first Death Riders, but do it so original, do it so badass that people have to take notice. And even if they don't, they're at least going to give you that respect. This dude went all out with this. Because right now, everybody's in flux with what Mox is doing. Everyone's like, what is he doing? It could have been something special. It's already off the rails. I love the fact that they went with the stunt, Darby hitting the truck. I heard Darby did his own stunt, by the way. I don't know if you guys can confirm that. But I heard Darby was allowed to do his own stunt and hit the truck. So no pre-tapes or anything like that. But usually I love stuff like that. The problem I'm seeing from even the AEW audience is Darby is just not the guy right now in this type of storyline. And then there's a lot of other fans that are going, he's not even we don't see him as a big-time main event player. The roster that they have and Darby is the main event guy after just seeing Orange in the main event. So that's the problem that I'm seeing, guys. That's what I'm hearing from even AEW fans. So that's something that Tony has to take under consideration. But I do have to move. Guys, we're 39 minutes. I got a couple stories left here, and I just want to talk real quick about the Jade Cargill attack, right? She's put on the shelf. This is a legit injury we're hearing. Jade Cargill legit injury, written off TV. Now, these are the names we're hearing. This is what I heard anyway. In my upload, the SmackDown review, you guys rocked out the comment section. You guys were amplified, as was I. I appreciate everybody that made that SmackDown review a success. And you guys were naming like Bayley, I saw. But Bayley makes no sense because we just saw her as a heel with Damage Control. She turned face. Now she just turns heel again. And Damage Control is now faces. We're just flip-flopping too much. I kind of want Bayley just to have good booking. And I can't tell you that Bayley versus Tag Team Champion Jade Cargill is going to enthuse me too much. I'm not going to be super enthused because Bayley's taking on Jade. Or maybe Bayley will find a tag team partner and they'll get tag titles. And the other name I was hearing, guys, is Bianca Belair. But Bianca was in the match. So that makes zero sense. Bianca was in the triple threat with Blair Davenport and Chelsea Green. So unless you're trying to tell me that she did it before the match and nobody walked by that loading dock until the very end of Bianca's match, that's what you have to sell me on. And Bianca was hoping that nobody would notice that she A, pushed her off, and B, didn't notice until the match was over. Bianca Belair shoving Jade Cargill makes zero sense. If you want to break up with Jade Cargill as a tag team partner, just lay the title in front of her and go, dude, I'm done. They had no tension. There's no arguing. There's no reason for them to split. I wouldn't mind it, but you have to do it correctly. They're just walking down, right? They're just walking down the corridors. Bianca and Jade, they're laughing together. They have their coffee and their double chunk chocolate chip cookies. And all of a sudden, Bianca just shoves Jade off the platform through a windshield and walks to the ring to have a wrestling match. What an asshole. I don't see how it's Bianca, but a lot of you guys were saying maybe it's Bianca. Don't lie, chat. Who in this chat right now, live, because hopefully this is going to be up for my replay unit too to see. Who live is thinking it's Bianca? And please tell me how you came to that conclusion if she was in the match. So there was no way she could push her off. Unless, again, she did it before the match and just nobody happened to have noticed for 10 minutes. Or maybe she pushed her at lunch and nobody noticed for 12 hours. Yeah, DB for life. I don't see Charlotte Flair returning in such a heelish way to chuck a tag team champion Jade. I think Charlotte's going to go for one of the big titles. She's either going to win the U.S. title tournament over Chelsea Green, which is an absolute crime, or she's going to win the actual championship, Queen versus Queen, Nia Jax versus Charlotte. I don't think they're going to put her in the tag team mid-card situation with Jade Cargill. I think they have big plans for Charlie Flair. Wow, a lot of you guys think Charlotte Flair. Charlotte just shoving Jade off a platform into a car? That's a weird return for Charlie. Prime Killer. It'll be something stupid like Lash Legend. That's funny, bro. Naomi might make a little... Naomi could be fun, actually. Like, she's the third wheel. It's always Bianca and Jade lately. Naomi would be interesting. So anybody that said Bianca, do you guys have a reason, or did you forget she was in the match? Or maybe there's nobody here that was in the comment section of the review on Saturday. Jordan! Jordan! That's funny, Jordan. Plot twist, it's Bow Wow. If you guys don't know, Bow Wow was trying to kick it to Jade. Jade totally put him on blast. And Bow Wow was like, how you going to do me dirty like that? Jade's like, what do you want, bro? You got turned down publicly. Little Bow Wow pushed her. Brandy Rhodes. Sign me up for that. You know what I'm telling you guys, man? I say Jordynne Grace, call it a day. Boom. Mic drop. Mic drop. Jordynne Grace. Her TNA contract ends in January. We do believe she's going to be a part of Rumble anyway. Set it up now. You can draw this out because Jade is on the shelf, we're hearing, with a legit injury. So forfeit the tag titles, and then nobody had to beat Belair and Jade, so they get to keep their super their absolute, like, just super status, right? Like who's going to beat Jade and Bianca? They kind of ruined it because in Scotland, Alba and Isla beat them, which was so stupid. And they realized it was because then a month later, they gave it back to Bianca and Jade. But they were supposed to be unbeaten until they lose it. Well, here's a good chance to take the titles off them and nobody beat them. But Jade is on the shelf. We don't know how long. But if it's at least a month or two, this could get us to January where Jordynne Grace takes her out. Jordynne Grace is not playing around. She's not going to be a tweener. She has no care in the world to be a face. She wants to make her statement. She's going for the biggest dogs. I say Jordynne Grace. Who do you guys got as a wild card? If it's not somebody that's weird like Bayley or Bianca, B-Fab. B-Fab. You guys are the best, man. I miss these lives. I really wish I could do more of these. It was me. It was me. It was me all along. Son of a bitches tried to block me out of the building. I made all of this. I made it. My doofus son-in-law. You try to block me out of the building. You doofus. You're such a doofus. I got in the building and Jade got in my way. She learned the hard way. Windshield, gal, windshield. Get out of my way, Jade, I said. You got no chance, Jade. It was Vince McMahon. But no matter who it was, they might just pull a Gene Schnitsky and say it wasn't my fault. Nikki Cross. That's interesting. But Nikki's got business tied up with the Wyatts right now. Cross 512. I would love to see. Honestly, I know Britt Baker was the pillar for the ladies in AEW. I understand Britt Baker was the face of that women's division, and she did everything market-wise and promotion, and Britt Baker embodied AEW. But Britt Baker is not totally happy there anymore. And it's clear that Tony Khan has kind of moved past Britt Baker. And it's clear that Baker was upset with Mercedes when she showed up, and probably still is. She tried to say that she's not, but she was. She sandbagged a lot of that match with Mercedes. She did. And this is coming from a Britt Baker supporter. But this is not the same AEW for Baker, and it's not the same Baker for AEW. I truly think the best place for Baker is World Wrestling Entertainment. I would love to see her push off Jade, and that would make a hell of a lot of sense and a big storyline. They both came from the dub. AE. Alexa Bliss, it's possible. Blame it on the damn doll Lily. Yeah, Jordan didn't help that her and Adam Cole split either. Exactly. That led to her just being even more miserable probably, and she wasn't totally happy with her positioning. She was injured at the time as well, slight injury, but injured nonetheless. I mean, it was just a bunch of shit. Then they moved, right? Was it Baker that moved back, or was it Cole? I think Cole moved back to Pennsylvania, and so not only did they separate, but they said deuces, ooses, right? So Jade Cargill, guys, from what we're hearing, she's actually injured. And now they just get to play hopefully we get a good story out of this. Hopefully we honestly get somebody that's a wild card. And I just hope that it actually makes sense. I want to give a shout out over to B-Love with a $5 super chat, bro. Keeping the channel alive and amplified. B-Love. Before I read that, let me give you a salute. I haven't seen B-Love up in here in a minute. Salute, bro. B-Love, if you're still up in the chat, you still got the merch, right? I forgot which shirt you got, but isn't it still rocking? But tell me it ain't still soft to this day. Tell me the letters are still not printed beautifully and pristinely. B-Love, if you're still up in the chat, I think you bought some merch because I remember you told BC it had just come in. And I was like, dude, they're going to be one of your favorite shirts ever, bro. B-Love says, what up, BC Survivor Series this weekend? Let's fucking go. Hurt Syndicate for life. Hurt Syndicate. I'm glad how they're pushing Bobby Lashley. I really do think Tony Khan wants to really do something special with him. He's got to be careful. I love the jobber match. A lot of you guys did not. Jobber matches don't hit like they used to. and it's a microwave society, I get it. But when you look at it in the long run, guys, it beats having 2-minute matches with other top stars and 50-50 booking them. If you're just going to have a 2-minute match anyway, annihilate 2 local bums and make the superstar look like it, right? Annihilate these dudes. It can be fun if done correctly, and you can take a storyline and stem it off of it like they used to do back in the day. It still can and should work today. Doesn't matter the company. But I like what they're doing with Bobby. You got to be careful. You can't have Shelton Benjamin play too much of a second fiddle. You got to do this in a way where Shelton also is booked badass. I'm not saying he's got to be equal to Bobby every single moment he's out there, but let's not just look at him like, all right, he's the dude behind Bobby. Be careful. Other than that, I think Tony really wants to book them strong. I've always liked Hurt Business. I really want to give Hurt Syndicate a huge chance. B-Love. Much love, brother. Thank you. Always. Go Jackets, $5 super chat. Jade's attacker is the same person that was driving the white Hummer in WCW, so we'll never know who it is. LOL. Yeah, where did that go? Did we ever find out what the original plan for that was, Go Jackets? Thank you, brother. Salute. Kelsey, BC, I got both the t-shirt and sweatshirt. 2 years old, still love them. Love it. I got them all. I got all my own merch. I had to, because when I put the pristine quality, right? That's what I did. It's $1 more, but I wanted you guys and myself to have the very best quality. So I opted for the higher quality. And so I'm like, I got to get all of this, man. And listen, I sport my own. It's like I'm the band and I'm sporting my own band shirt, right? I'm Metallica and I'm sporting my Metallica shirt. Yeah, I told you guys I wasn't screwing around with the merch. I don't think B-Love is up in here now, though. I don't think B-Love. I don't think so anyway. From based on what I've seen, they never had a plan. Several names were mentioned, but they never actually wrote an angle. Yeah, that's all I ever found out too, bro. Wasn't supposed to be the Macho Man's ladies that was accompanying him at the time. Well, Prime Killer, that was the Macho used to show up in the white Hummer. That would come out with gorgeous. What was her name? Gorgeous George, I believe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Remember his valet, Gorgeous George, who was actually his girlfriend. Not wife, right? I don't think wife. Definitely girlfriend, real life girlfriend as well. George. Colin, $5 super chat. Colin says, let me tell you something about Tony. He is not a booker. He needs some. I almost said that in Hulk Hogan's voice, bro. Let me tell you something about Tony, brother. Colin, I almost read that like I'm doing a Stegmeister special. What? Stegmeister, what? 23 months membership, what? Well, let me tell you something, Big Gene. Oh, yeah, Hogan, you go over there. I don't want to hear from you right now. You watch it right now, Macho. I've listened to you for days, brother, and I gotta tell you, I've just about had enough, brother. And at WrestleMania, the towers will collide. Oh, yeah, I don't want to hear it, Hogan. You step over there. I'm going to smack the shit out of you. You know how I do this, Gene. Make sure you get him over there. I don't like you, Hulk Hogan. I don't like you one bit. But right now, Honky Tonk Man, you listen to me and you listen close. I need you to understand. Brother, I said I'm not done with you, Macho. Shut up, Hogan. I don't want to talk to you. Coffee's hitting. That's Hulk Hogan and Macho Man fighting back in the day. It was the best. Speaking of, did you guys hear Cody Rhodes? They did announce it's going to be Cody versus Kevin Owens for the title, but not at Survivor Series. It is going to be Saturday night's main event. That just made me think of that because I grew up on Saturday night's main event. And it's coming back in a few weeks, right? Was it the 14th? So, about 3 weeks, Saturday night's main event. And Cody Rhodes is going to be taking on Kevin Owens for the championship. Now, guys, there's some booking going on. There's some betting There's no other way to say it. Tube doesn't like me saying that, but there's some betting going on. As of right now, Cody Rhodes is by 60% the favorite to lose his championship. I don't see how that's possible this close to WrestleMania and to Kevin Owens. But for some reason, Vegas is hearing that Cody is winning this title at Saturday night's main event. I'm going to try to do more research. I'm guessing that's going to change the more information comes in, unless we just don't have what Vegas has information-wise. But they're saying that Kevin Owens will be winning the championship in 3 weeks. I just don't see how that would be a booking botch, unless they have a master plan that we don't know about, and we have to let it play out. 100 on the ups. I really appreciate that, guys. That's on 5 minutes notice. With most of you guys are going to be the replay unit, and so I love seeing that. I appreciate that very much. I forgot to mention that several times in this upload. But you guys took care of that like button for me, strapped it into the figure 4 leg lock. Make that like button tap out. Brother! B-Love, $5 super chat says, still got the shirt, bro. Premium quality. Think, be, live, amplified. Yes, that was the first shirt that I ever produced with the Teespring. Think, be, live, amplified. And that's exactly what it's called, too, premium quality. So if you're ever over on the Teespring, if you ever want the BC merch, premium quality, guys. That's the only thing I was going to offer you guys. So when I was working with them, I said, we're not going with just some regular old cotton BS. We're not going with this, that, and the other. I want the premium quality for my unit because I want them to be rocking it 5-10 years down the road. B-Love. Not bad, right, B-Love? How I remember that? Salute. When I say I respect my amplified unit, I respect my amplified unit. I know, Alicia. I know. I'm just telling you the info that I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it's confirmed for Saturday night's main event, and then I'm hearing from Vegas that as of right now, once it was announced, Owens is winning the title. I don't see how that is. I'm going to hold some reservations on that topic till another day, till I get more info. That New Day special, guys, has been pushed back, by the way. They were going to do it next week, but they are going to push it back. We are hearing that the New Day anniversary, 10 years of the New Day, it's a special Monday Night Raw. We believe that's when Xavier's going to turn on Kofi. Some people think Kofi will turn on Xavier. I don't see that personally. I think Xavier works a little better as a heel, but we'll see. But the New Day Raw special is being pushed back to December 12th. That is made official, by the way, just an hour before we went live. And this brings us to our last story as we approach 1 hour of being live. This is the Monday Night Raw go-home show to the Survivor Series. I have the full preview for you guys. You ready? Let me make sure I got my super chat there. What was that? Oh, B-Love, yes. And Colin, yes. Colin and B-Love on the super chats. Did I miss one? No, I got it right. Yeah, no doubt, Grust 512. I don't have Saturday night's main event is one of my favorite events of all time. It just brings me right back to my childhood anyway. So I'm okay with that's a massive title change. So yeah, they would have to just have a master plan that involves Rumble, that involves Chamber, or involves WrestleMania. For sure involves WrestleMania. You just can't have Cody lose that title after waiting an extra year to get it from Roman. And he just loses it at a December 14th, Saturday night's main event on NBC. But damn, it is NBC. And damn, that would get people talking. Yeah, I'm guessing it would be like Orton helps him out. I always thought something's weird with Orton and Owens. I always felt that Orton and Owens are in cahoots. And the pile driver just made me think that even more. Listen, this was a simplistic pile driver. We used to watch pile drivers all the time. They didn't put somebody on the shelf for 2 months. Why is Randy Orton knocked out from a pile driver, first of all? Why is Randy Orton on the shelf for 2 months? Something isn't adding up. I wouldn't doubt it that if Vegas is right, if Vegas is correct, and Owens wins this title December 14th, I have to believe that Randy Orton is involved. and turns on Cody, and they just have different plans for the title, I guess, and they do a triple threat for the title at Mania. They somehow leak this, just extend it to Mania. I don't know. But if this is true, I got to believe that Randy Orton would be involved. This is Monday Night Raw's preview for tonight, guys. This is a card that is so weird to me. And I want to start with the most bizarre match I could possibly think of. Braun Breaker, your IC title holder. You know, heel Braun. Heel Braun. Taking on Ludwig Kaiser. You know, heel Ludwig. This is what we call a Hunter Hearst Helmsley special. He doesn't care about face versus face, heel versus heel. He's going to do it anyway, even if the crowd is confused, sitting on their thumbs because they don't know what's going on, or cheering from one dude and then 30 seconds later cheering for the other guy and then going, who am I cheering for? I forgot. They don't know. Yeah, a lot of you guys are saying what in the chat? Robert, DB for life. Yes, that's a real thing, guys. I'm giving you the real preview. I have this double sourced. Now, they could change it last minute. Absolutely. The card is always subject to change. But before I went live, I got this double sourced that they want to go Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. So what is this? Is this just internal sabotage on the IC title holder? Because even if it's consciously or subconsciously internal sabotage, that's what it is. They don't know what they're doing with Braun. First, they totally screw with him. Remember they said he was going up to the main roster last year, and then they kept him in NXT for a whole year? It wasn't because he wasn't ready. I mean, they brought Blair Davenport up with no hesitation. They brought Lacey Evans up with no hesitation. Austin Theory, when the dude didn't even have a character. To this day, he's still trying to get over. They just bypass a bunch of people to the main roster. So it wasn't because Braun Breaker wasn't ready. They just dicked with him. They said, yeah, you're getting called up. And then they're like, psych. And then he hung around in NXT. And obscurity, because that's what NXT is. And he got beat left and right all the time. Then they brought Baron Corbin down there because they had nothing for Baron. Baron wasn't getting over with a rock. Right, I mean, Baron Corbin could set up a bunch of rocks on the beach and try to cut a promo, and the rocks would tell him to shut the fuck up. Right? The rocks would jump up and hit him in the head. So Baron Corbin got sent to the NXT brand. And then they're like, well, we have nothing for Braun. We have nothing for Baron. You guys are going to be a tag team. So they dick him around for a year. Then Braun Breaker comes up to the main roster. Braun Breaker gets an IC championship. Braun Breaker loses an IC championship. Braun Breaker is shaking hands with Jey Uso. And then the next week, Braun Breaker is attacking Jey Uso. Braun Breaker is playing a heel while simultaneously asking the arena where the dogs are at so they can bark. Pander to the crowd like a face would do. And now, as a heel, by the way, mind you, he's still a heel. You could try to say, BC, he's more of a tweener. What is that? What do you mean Braun Breaker's a tweener? And now he's taking on Ludwig. Guys, what are they doing with Braun Breaker? Franklin from Florida says it is official. Braun versus Ludwig tonight. So evidently they have it on the actual Raw preview sheet as well. Okay, so there you go. So it is made official. It's in concrete now. When I got it double sourced, it wasn't on any official sheets yet, but my sources for this type of stuff, they're never wrong. Maggie, that is so confusing. It's beyond the audience. You guys got to think too. A lot of us in this chat, BC, right? A lot of most that are going to watch this live stream in the replay unit, the thousands that'll catch this later. Most of us, we know this whole shtick, right? We understand how it works. It's confusing. It's stupid, but we'll go along with it just to get it over with. There's a lot of fans, guys, casuals, lapsed, and fans that just truly don't know what's happening. They're trying to understand. They're genuinely confused. They don't understand. Like, Braun, why is he a face one week, and then he's a heel, and then he's a face, and then he's a heel? He's attacking Jey. He's shaking hands with Jey. He attacks him again the third week. He's asking where the dogs are at. He's taking on Ludwig, but the next week it's Sami again, Sami Zayn. This type of booking is utter garbage. It has no place in pro wrestling, man. You're taking the fun out of it. Is he just hoping that maybe they get a banger tonight and that maybe Meltzer rates it 5 stars? Because there's no story here. You can't book like this, bro. This is so odd. Back in the day, you wouldn't just see a random heel honky-tonk man versus heel ravishing Rick Rude match. You're not just going to see... You're not going to see heel Big Boss Man taking on heel Bad News Brown. It's very, very... It's just stupid, man. Like, you wouldn't see Tito Santana taking on Marty Jannetty just out of nowhere. Because it's a fan favorite and a fan favorite. Vince McMahon knows he wants to get one of them over as a face. You don't want to split your audience to the point where they don't care. That's what happened with Gunther and Bronson several months ago. Remember Bronson trying to play the sentimental favorite when Gunther beat him? And they zoom in and they were hoping the crowd was really going to give him a golf clap. And they didn't. They sat on their thumbs bored. And they were like, that didn't work. And the very next week, he was back to full throttle heel Bronson. BC told you it doesn't work, brah. It doesn't take rocket science to realize that in pro wrestling, you need a face and a heel. I don't understand why they do this to Breaker, man. This is stupid booking. And it's telling us that Breaker doesn't know what he is. He's confused. Gruss 512, BC, it's Steiner math. I don't know what it is. But this dude is absolutely confused on his identity. If WWE is doing a first ever gender, right, change of gender storyline, Braun Breaker would be it. He's the most confused in the company. I don't know what I am. Heel, face, boy, gal. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever Hunter books me as. Oh, damn, Hunter, you booked me as a boy this week and then a girl next week? The heck, man? I don't know what they're doing with Braun Breaker, but it's got to stop. Just pick one. Pick one. And we'll try to go along for the ride because I want the best for Braun Breaker. I really do. I'm sure most of us want the best for Braun Breaker. But just book them in a way where we can go along for the ride. Because this is bad, man. We don't know if he... Is Hunter just trying to make him just a badass? Like, I'm not a heel. I'm not a face. Don't even call me a tweener. I'm just... Well, it says right here, I'm a real badass. Is that what is it? What does it say on his shirt, guys? Or on his little tights, his little singlet? His little singlet, what's it say? That title belongs to Seth Rollins. He's always raiding Becky Lynch's closet. Becky's always getting pissed, man. Right before Seth, right when Seth comes back from his in-ring promo and he gets backstage to Gorilla, Hunter's like, it's Becky. You might not want to take this, but you're going to have to. He picks up the phone. Becky's yelling at Seth. Those were my good heels with the diamonds at the bottom. And they had the little rubies. If you lost one of my rubies, I'm going to kill you, Seth. Becky's always pissed off at Seth. Yeah, but what does it say? Something badass. Doesn't it say something badass? Legit badass or something? Nobody even knows. See what I mean? That's how irrelevant Braun Breaker is with an IC title or without an IC title. Nobody cares about Braun Breaker. What does he say, God? What's on his singlet? Something badass. Legit badass, no? Nobody even cares. Nobody even fucking Braun Breaker. So my point is, maybe Hunter's just trying to book him to be just a badass. Like, I'm just gonna pick a fight with everybody in the locker room and the fans are gonna love me. DB for life. $2 super chat. What up, DB? DB for life. Hold on, let me go over to DB for life. Hold on. Where's DB for life? DB for life. DB for life. Where's DB? The fuck is DB? Hold on, DB. Got to get you on the bigger screen. There you go, DB for live. Jeff Jarrett said, when you confuse them, you'll lose them. Exactly. And BC's always said that. That's it. Jeff didn't actually come up with that, though. That's an old wrestling saying, DB for life. That's been around for decades. When you confuse them, you lose them. He probably heard that in his family because he's got a long history, his whole family in the industry. When you confuse them, you lose them. That's a real thing in pro wrestling, guys. Jeff Jarrett is correct. He got it from his family. That's been a wrestling motto for decades. When you confuse them, you lose them. You see that in the ratings all the time. Oh, Diamante. Okay, so it just says badass on him. Okay. So is that how Michael Cole just yells at? It's the badass. It's the badass Braun Breaker. Braun, the badass breaker. I don't know. I wish I knew, man. I don't understand how Hunter Hearst Helmsley is not just definitive. Pick something, man. Every single Monday, you can't just chuck baloney at the wall and see what match Breaker is going to have, right? You can't put the whole roster in on one list. You gotta separate it. Heels, faces, and then you gotta ask, does this make sense? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna have Ludwig and Gunther versus Damian Priest and Braun Breaker? Can they coexist? That's another thing, man. Listen, this really is not shade to Jeff Jarrett. This is going to be honesty, as I always am with you guys, all right? I have to be very honest with you guys because I kind of grew up with watching Jeff Jarrett as well, but before his WWF days, and then when he came in as Double J. That's JEFFJARRETT. I think I nailed that. So, and I thought he was really good as an IC. He's a good mid-card talent. Jeff Jarrett, as somebody who is constantly on AEW TV in 2024, you guys don't think those type of decisions is why they're stuck in the 600,000s and still continuing to erode, to decline? I have not. And I run a channel in this community. Okay? I cannot tell you one time, either in the chats or just having conversations in any realm of pro wrestling, not even limited to one organization, one show, or one wrestler. I can't tell you a time where people went, did you see Jeff Jarrett? Did you see Jarrett's match? BC, you got to see Jarrett's storyline. BC, Jeff Jarrett's a part of AEW. Because when they came in and they said they were going to be an alternative, Jeff Jarrett is who we thought of. When you hire people like The Biggest Show, you got The Biggest Show, you have Jeffrey Jarrett, and you wonder, seriously wonder, are you that tone deaf? Are you not reading the room? How does Jeff Jarrett help your on-air quality of product? Zoom station, he never has been. That's the fact. I think we take the Jarrett name and we prop it up because of the family history. And then there's a lot of fans that like BC. We remember his runs, like when he was IC title holder, and we're like, that was fun. That was okay. He was a good mid-carder in there with Razor Ramon. But Jeff Jarrett was never a main eventer in WWF for a reason. And when WCW was failing, let's not forget who had the championship and who was in the main events. I'm not putting it all on him, but guys, who was it? It was Jeffrey Jarrett. You put Jeff Jarrett as a main event and you put a title on him and you thought WCW was going to succeed? He starts a promotion called Global Force. Or first it was TNA. He was one of the guys running this, the founder of it. TNA never, years and years and years. It's still around, and it never contended. Never. So then he went his separate ways. He went to Global. He founded Global Force. That lasted for a half a cup of coffee, and it was already defunct. So then somehow he gets a second chance at WWF, and they put him as a back, an agent. He was running all the house shows for WWE. And then AEW offered him a contract, and he's like, deuces. They're going to give me TV time as a wrestler. And then AEW's ratings. It's not coincidence. I'm not just blaming Jarrett, but those type of decisions will tank your numbers. It's not a coincidence that once Jarrett got there, numbers really started to tank. Guys, you have to read the room. Jarrett is nothing more than a mid-carder, and that's okay. Know your place, play to your strengths, hide your weaknesses. You could be one of the best mid-carders of all time, but be it. Mic drops. Come on, unit. If you got access to those mic drops, put them up, man. Put those new emojis up because that's a fucking mic drop. Whether you want to hear that or not, I hear you. I take no pleasure in saying that, but that's the truth. Why are we watching Jeffrey Jarrett parade around an AEW ring in 2024 when the ratings are at 600,000 and we're going, I don't know why the product sucks? Mr. Big 200, James Fajitas, Alicia. I appreciate that, JJ. That's just some side real talk. I had to bust that out, man. I've been meaning to say that for months, and for some reason, go figure, right? Exactly what I'm talking about. Jeff Jarrett never crosses my dome piece while I'm live or while I'm making these uploads, so creating this. So for some reason, Jeff Jarrett was brought up. I think that was a super chat. Well, let me go back. DB for life brought up Jeff Jarrett, and I'm glad you did, DB for life. But he is right. That's the one thing Jarrett is absolutely correct on. When you confuse them, you'll lose them. So why is Hunter confusing us with Braun Breaker? I have no idea. Just boring. Wow, Slapnuts. Remember that? Slapnuts. I don't know why WCW failed. Slapnuts was what was being produced. Calling people Slapnuts. Super chat over. Go Jackets. Another $5 coffee. Go Jackets. Salute, bro. Go Jacket says, didn't Cole call him the... that's what it was! Yes! Oh, massive golf clap for Go Jackets. Thank you, Go Jet. That's what it was, guys. See? And I don't even blame you guys for not remembering, because I didn't either. That is how forgettable your current IC title Braun Breaker is. That's how he's in no storylines we give a shit about. We don't care about what Michael Cole calls him or what's on his stupid little singlet. Go Jackets is correct. Didn't Cole call him the unpredictable badass? If so, that tracks to his booking. Unpredictable badass. I guess so, right? And the unpredictable part is he doesn't care who he's facing. He's gonna try to fight everybody. And maybe that works if, I don't know, you already lose your championship after a month to Samuel Zayn or Jason Uso, right? Maybe if you're not getting beat left and right, maybe we'd look at you like an unpredictable badass. But if you just try to fight everybody and you lose half the time, you're just not an unpredictable badass. You're a stupid badass. Or you're just a stupid ass. Stupid ass. Go Jackets. Salute, bro. I also want to give a shout out over to Big Nang up in here, man. 22 months, 2 months away from the Golden Coffee Card. Big Nang, he broke 600 guitars and never drew a dime. If you know, you know. Who was it? I know it. Big Nang, I know it. I can't think of it. Who said that? I don't even want to look at the chat. Hold on. I'm not looking at the chat. Let me just read Big Nang's 22-month channel membership chat. He broke 600 guitars, never drew a dime. Kevin Nash, maybe? All right, I have to look. I forgot. Who said that? Who was it? Big Nang, just tell me, man. That's gonna bug the hell out of me, man. It'll be the second hour of Raw tonight. I'll still be like, who said that? Oh, Booker. I thought Booker went after. No, Booker was talking about Mike Graham? Oh, then it's not who I thought of. Mike Graham said it first. Oh, that's not... Somebody must have said it afterwards. Somebody took that from Mike, like a wrestler, not a fan. Because I heard it from a different wrestler that said the same thing. Mike Graham. Maybe it was Nash. Or Bischoff could have. They had a huge feud. Was it Bash at the Beach or Beach Bash? One of those like summer events, big pay-per-view. Hogan was supposed to get the belt from Jarrett, but Vince Russo didn't want that finish. But Hogan had creative control. So Eric Bischoff and Hogan used it. He utilized it in full. So that's breach of contract if they try to say no to Hogan. So Vince Russo told Jarrett, go out there and lay down. Fuck him. And on live pay-per-view, guys, this is live. This was not supposed to happen. He laid down. Hogan was pissed. Put his foot on him, got the championship. Jarrett walked right out. Didn't sell nothing. Nothing to sell. I mean, he just laid down and took off. Now, once Bischoff and Hogan left the arena, Vince Russo, who was the only one in power still at that moment, the pay-per-view was still on the air. Russo went to the ring and cut a scathing shoot promo on Bischoff and Hogan. And from that moment on, Hogan hated Russo. And at that point, I think they already didn't like one another. But at that moment on, the writing was on the wall. Vince Russo knew his time was limited in WCW. Bischoff knew his time was limited in WCW. But that happened on air live, man. That's when you knew WCW was in turmoil, bro. Yeah, Bash at the Beach. Yep. 2000. Thank you. I even got the year. Big Nang. Thank you. Yes. If you guys ever want, there's like documentaries on it. If you guys ever have time, try to find one of like the documentaries or read up on it. It's a really good read. It's a really good watch. Bash at the Beach 2000. It's so interesting. Because while you were watching it live, you knew as a fan something was really wrong. Like, that's not supposed to be happening. That promo is definitely a shoot. Like, but you didn't realize just how wild it was until you hear the documentaries later. But yeah, that's a real matchup tonight. Braun Breaker versus Ludwig. Heel versus heel, because that makes sense, right? So he'll continue to be an unpredictable badass. And ask where the dogs are at in the arena so they can bark at them. Also tonight, to go along with Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser. That's what I mean. I don't understand. I don't see how this is fun. But on paper, New Day versus Otis and Tozawa. New Day versus Otis and Tozawa. Faces versus faces. So you have heel Breaker versus heel Ludwig to confuse everybody or make it a lot less fun anyway. For the live crowd especially. And then you have Faces Alpha Academy versus Faces New Day. But Hunter Hearst Helmsley's cooking, Beasley. I would not if Hunter walked into my kitchen, I would not let him use my microwave. If he said, here's a $100 bill, I'm hungry, I just need a cup of noodles. I'll say, dude, I really hope you're able to cook these. I really hope you get fed today. I really don't want you to go without any food. You're not touching my microwave, Hunter. Deuces, ooses, get out of my kitchen, bro. I'll call the fire department prematurely just to get you out of here because I know you are a walking fire. You're going to burn down the whole kitchen. You're not touching the microwave. Don't go near the oven. If this is Hunter cooking, he can literally take his cup of noodles, turn those sumbitches sideways, shine up the cup of noodles, fill it to the little line, and shove it straight up. Alpha Academy versus New Day. Really, brah? And I'm saying, and a bunch of kids are going to go, oh, Blakely, he's cooking, man. And then you ready for this? Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus American Made. Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus American Made. I think it's going to be the Creed brothers, unless they have Chad get in. I think it's going to be the Creed brothers. So, hey, at least, I can't say that excites me at all. but at least it's faces versus heels. Hey, unit, we're getting back on track, brah. We're getting back on track, guys. Faces versus heels tonight, man. You guys are going to see a face versus heel matchup. Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus American Made. And then Belair versus Jax for a War Games advantage match. So Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax. The winner has the advantage for War Games. Oh, this is so exciting. SmackDown's Belair versus SmackDown's Nia Jax on a Monday Night Raw, because brand split. That's already done anyway. Internally, they've already laughed off the brand split. I don't know if you guys saw that upload I put up a few days ago. But internally, the brand split's already dead. You're just going to start to see more of it. Survivor Series, Netflix's big move, or the move to Netflix, WrestleMania, the brand split's done. You saw this past Friday, they actually played EO's music. Rhea's as well, by the way. But it was so hilarious. They actually played EO's music, and I was like, this is a Raw wrestler. I understand they have War Games Saturday, but you can't play her music. Nick Aldis knows that she's there queued up in full attire, and so again, just to recap, guys: Belair versus Jax, War Games advantage match. New Day versus Otis and Tozawa, faces versus faces. Braun Breaker versus Ludwig Kaiser, heel versus a heel. Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus American Made in a tag tornado match. And we're hearing that Gunther and Damian Priest will have words. Words! What kind of words? It'll be in full Italian. That's right. I want to hear Gunther and Damian cut a promo in Italian. The weirdest thing, man, I went to catch the Green Bay game this weekend, right? So you turn on, and literally, man, it was in Spanish. I didn't know what was that. Every other channel was in just English. The football game was in Spanish. I could not change it over to English. And then something dawned on me after 5 minutes. I'm trying everything, by the way. I'm trying the SAP button. I'm trying the audio settings. It stayed in Spanish. And it dawned on me after 5 minutes, this is a lot more fun than the English broadcast. The Spanish broadcast team, man, they were making the Packers seem like 9,000 times Super Bowl champions. They made Jordan Love a main eventer, man. They were putting Jordan Love over, even when he was almost throwing it to the other team every play. So anyway, Gunther and Damian Priest, they're going to have words tonight, we're hearing. So there you go, guys. That is the... not Telemundo, though. It was the actual game, just the Spanish version of it. But it was a hell of a lot of fun, so I kept it on the Spanish version for another half an hour. And then finally, I read up on how I could change it. Gross512. Gunther and Priest will shake hands and then hug each other tonight, BC. Because it's Hunter Hearst Helmsley's Mutual Respect era. Guys, I think that's everything, man. This was honestly supposed to be about a half an hour to an hour, but like all BC lives, we go a little bit extra. You guys are always amped up. I got a fresh coffee, so we went a little bit extra, an hour and a half. I appreciate you guys very much, man. We're going to do this soon. I'm definitely going to try to get something together for Saturday's Survivor Series. Maybe we can go live for that. I really would love to do that. Before I take off, I want to give a big shout out to Pimp Jesus up in the chat. What is that, 23? 23 months of channel membership. He is a diamond unit card holder. That is a diamond card after Pimp Jesus. 23 months, 1 month away from that golden coffee card. Pimp Jesus, what up, BC and the unit? What up, right back to you, Pimp Jesus. Hopefully you were able to catch a lot of this before I take off. This will be up on the channel, if not Pimp Jesus, so go back and check some of it out. We had a lot of good conversations. But Pimp Jesus, so good to see you up in here, man. Even if you're just catching the tail end. To Pimp Jesus. So that's what I got for you guys, man. I left you guys over an hour before Raw goes live, so you have plenty of time to bump Hunter from your kitchen, get him away from your microwave, heat up some DiGiorno pizzas or some cup of noodles or yourself, take care of some business, go take care of an errand, go down the block, get a fresh coffee, whatever you got to do. But Raw is in an hour and a half. To my replay unit, which is going to be most of you. I went live on 5 minutes of notice, as I usually do. So most of you will catch us on replay. Thank you guys as well if you've made it this far into the replay. An hour and a half, and it wasn't even live for you guys. To you guys, I say thank you big time, man. Really. That's amplified support. So to my replay unit, it sucks you were not able to catch this live, but I'm glad you were able to catch it up front anyway. Maybe you're watching this during Raw. Maybe Raw is so bad that you're checking out BC's live stream. That's possible. Salute to my replay unit. To my live unit, thank you. Salute to every single one of you guys, man. Pimp Jesus, Juan, Maggie, Tony, James, Shrimp Fajitas. You too, brother. James Shrimp Fajitas. Hopefully Raw's good, man. I'm really holding out hope on that. I say two reasons we all watch Raw, right? Habit and hope. Habit, we've been doing it since we were kids. Hope, hoping it gets better. Sir Charles, salute. Sir Charles also giving a shout out to the replay unit. Triple J 828. Yo, Alicia. Marie. What up, Marie? Robert Santivia. Santivia says, I just took a knife to cooking class. Where's Triple H at? I just took a cooking class. Triple H definitely needs some cooking courses if he's going to continue to try to cook for WWE's creative team. That's good, Santivia. JJ Bulldog Salute, Pile Driver, Mike Rouse, Pip Jesus, Salute Lord, Jordan, Salute, Antoine, check your leader, Gruss 512, Salute. You made BC pop a few times, Gruss 512. Some funny shit. Zoom Station, Mr. Big 200 in that diamond card. Michael. And everybody, we'll be here another half an hour. Much love and respect, guys. Until this Saturday, we'll be live. Tomorrow, don't forget, I don't know if it's going to be live, but we will have a Raw review, and it's going to be amplified. I will do my due diligence. I'm going to watch this whole show. Even if not live, I will watch it's in its entirety. I will do my notes, my due diligence. You guys will get the very best review you're going to find sometime tomorrow. Just stay subscribed and notified. You'll know when it goes up. But the Raw review is next. So until next time, and there will be that next time. Top guys, we're out. BC in the unit. Eddie Brash. What up, Eddie? Big Nang. Yes. Live unit, replay unit. That's what I got for you. Till next time, there will be that next time. Top guys, we're out. BC in the unit saying check you. Salut. Salut. Check you.